Smiley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, June 16th. So we have the moon moving out of Capricorn energy and into Aquarian energy. As we've been talking about, the moon in Capricorn is very earthy. It brings us back down to earth. It shows us our roles, our responsibilities. We kind of get focused on our to-do list. We recognize what is sucking the life out of us, where it is we feel held back, where it is we feel restricted. And then when we move into the Aquarian moon, we lighten the vibe. We see a big vision. We recognize the confines of our life, and we do different things. First of all, opening up our mind to where it is that we need to bust free of certain roles and responsibilities, really find more independence and freedom from some of the things that we've identified that are holding us back and keeping us restricted from going after new things and going after what it is that we want. And overall, we find liberation. Now, we do have a couple of aspects here today that are going to make it very hard jumping into this moon in Aquarius energy for the first part. But trust me, we have to identify the lows before we can appreciate the highs. The moon is going to go void, of course, around 2:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be locking in to that Aquarian energy 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have like a 3-hour chunk there where things are going to feel wonky, where we're going to feel jittery, we're going to feel anxiety, we're not going to know what to do, and then bam, we lock into that Aquarian energy. Things get brighter, things start popping into our head, we're making the connection, we are recognizing where it is that we have to move forward and not be so connected to the past. There are 12 different aspects here today. 9 of them involve the moon. So what's interesting is that right out of the gate here today, we have the sun trining Saturn. So the sun in Gemini trying to show us 2 different points of view, 2 different choices, 2 different decisions, 2 different paths, 2 different directions, trying to get the wheels turning, trying to open us up to new methods, new ways of doing things. Trining is a blending, a harmonizing of energy with the Lord of Karma, who rules over roles and responsibilities, who rules over structures and foundations. Now, Saturn rules over Capricorn energy, but is retrograde in Aquarian energy. Now, this particular energy brings us back down, has us very focused, accepting, understanding on our roles and responsibilities. We are very, very keen and clear on what it is that we have to do. This is a stable, grounded energy. We're going low and slow. We may not be happy with our roles and responsibilities at this particular point in time, but we know what we have to go through and grow through in order to actually build the bridge, the system, the structure, the foundation to get us away from the things that we've identified that we're no longer in alignment with, that we're no longer happy to kind of be of service of, and build that bridge to what it is that we now know that we want. Visionary, Aquarian energy, visionary, big vision, big goal, big dream. We're projecting ourselves into the future. We're bringing ourselves back into the present moment. We're understanding where the present moment doesn't feel so good, what it is that we have to bust away from. We're strategically coming up with the logic, with the practicality that we have to apply to the plan in order to get us away from where it is that we're at to where it is we desire to be. This is big because this Gemini energy coming from the sun, where the wheels are turning. We are adding that logic and practicality. We are putting it through the mental plane. We are coming up with a strategy. We are leaning towards one choice, one decision, one path, one direction over the other. And right now, that is because we are realizing what it is we don't want. Therefore, we have to create distance and make space and move away from that in order to find what it is that we do want. We have Venus conjunct coming up next to, bumping into, teaming up with the true node, which is the soul's destiny point. This is an aha moment. This is a burst of energy and a light bulb flickering in our brains, making a connection to where it is that we need to kind of be a little bit more open, not only in the here and now, but more open to what it is that we want, need, and desire, what's going to add to our emotional safety, security, stability, what it is that we value, what it is that we find to be of worth, when it comes to sharing ourselves with the world. Now, this could present as a beautiful opportunity for us to have a light bulb moment, a huge, beautiful opportunity to see where there has been a lot of growth, where there continues to be a lot of growth, and maybe even be blessed with an opportunity of meeting the right kinds of people at the right time, getting lucky in love, lucky in money. There is an opportunity to move forward. The true node is the soul's destiny path, trying to get us on the right path in order to bring our dreams and visions to life. This is a little puzzle piece of clarity that we didn't have even yesterday. This is going to be a good vibe. This is going to be an aha moment. This is going to be another puzzle piece that, when added to the puzzle pieces that we currently have, we're starting to see a little bit more of the picture. The moon, while still in this Capricorn energy, is going to trine the true node. This helps us put a plan in place. This helps us see where it is that we have to work on the discipline, the determination, the earthly realm of our physical circumstances to reorganize, where it is that we're putting forth the time, energy, and focus to build something new. Yes, we have to wrap up, clean up, tie up the loose ends of the past in order to have a clean slate to move forward. But suddenly, after kind of feeding off of these aha moments earlier on in the day, we're starting to make a plan. We're starting to see what it is that we want to be building towards. This is a good vibe. And just after this vibe takes place, we have the moon trining Venus. This is like a, yes, we're getting somewhere. Yes, I see the path forward. Yes, I see the work that is needed within myself, within my relationships, within my resources, within my finances, in the here and now, having the attitude of gratitude for what I already have, and recognizing where it is that I got to roll up my sleeves, get my hands a little bit dirty, and bringing to life the new foundational cornerstones of the bridge that I'm building from where it is that I'm at to where it is that I desire to be. The moon bumps into Jupiter. This is a beautiful aspect because this is growth. This is improvement. This is progress. This is us seeing where it is that we are on the cusp. We are waiting for that green light go, where we're starting something new, where we're in a brand new chapter of bringing something to life. This is a renewed sense of confidence and optimism and belief within ourselves and trusting the greater, grander plan at play at this particular point in our lives. Keep in mind, the solstice is next week. That is a banger of an anchoring in of the energies that we're trying to bring forth, that we're trying to stabilize, that we are going to be gifted an opportunity to actually move forward. I will say though, here's where things get a little bit funky. The sun in Gemini squares Neptune, who is in Pisces. This particular energy kind of puts us at odds with the earlier roles and responsibilities that we know we have to boss up to. This doesn't align because this is our dreams, our creativity, our higher self. What we want for ourselves doesn't match what we are currently experiencing. What we dream for ourselves isn't even visible in the here and now. What we desire to know as far as clarity is even more muddied out when we lose ourselves in the dream and the vision, and then we snap back into our current reality that doesn't show any signs of us actually getting there. This is where we are going to recognize that maybe we're lacking inspiration, maybe we're lacking motivation, maybe we're lacking the determination, the actual hard work, the discipline needed in order to actually bring our dreams to life. This is a funk, this is a vibe, it doesn't feel good, it's a tension point, it's a conflict in order for us to truly align with what it is that we want and inspire ourselves, motivate ourselves so freaking badly to stop at nothing to go after what it is that we want. We need to feel the pressure. We need to feel the negativity in order to build ourselves back up so that we aren't going to, waver away from the first obstacle, the first challenge that we face in trying to bring some of our dreams and visions to life. The moon is going to bump into Saturn in not the nicest way. This is an outside trigger, an outside activation where there are fears being spoken into our dreams, where there is pressure of roles and responsibilities in our physical realms that bring us out of la la land, out of dreamland, out of our higher selves, out of intuition, and bitch slap us with the truth of our realities, which does not look so good, does not feel so good, does not project to us that what it is in our inner realms that we dream to be true, that we want to manifest, is even freaking possible. This is a time where we're going to have to choose to rewrite the narrative, rewrite the perspective. Yes, it's going to feel heavy. Yes, it's going to feel weighted. Yes, negative Nancy's coming out to play. Are we going to let her win? The answer should be no. The moon sextiles Neptune. This is a reminder, just when we go in this funk, just when we get triggered and activated, just when negative Nancy comes out to play. This is an activator for us to align with our higher self, to listen to our intuition, to look for the signs, the synchronicities, because that's how our higher self speaks to us. That's how the higher intelligence of the cosmos validates for us that we're on the right track. We need to go back into la la land, gain that vision, get inspired, have that vibe in us that makes us feel so freaking good to remind us what we're fighting for. The moon then bumps into the sun in not the nicest way. This is a learning opportunity. The learning opportunity comes with, are we going to stick to the old? Are we going to stick to the negative? Are we going to stick to the old, tried, tested, and true? Or are we going to be open enough in our mind space, in our heart space, to at least believe that anything is possible if we are willing to not only align with the vision and the dream, but we are willing to do what is physically necessary in our physical realities to make the foundation, the space, for our vision to actually get anchored in. Again, that anchoring situation is coming with the solstice next week. The moon conjuncts Pluto. Pluto, as you know, retrograde in Capricorn at those final degrees. The moon conjunct Pluto at this time, the great transformer, is speaking very highly of the situation that we just got offered, the choice point. Are we letting the old override us, keeping us in negative Nancy, keeping us in fear, keeping us in paralysis? Or are we opening up to the possibilities of the future? Are we allowing our intuition to kind of meld with the logic and practicality in order for us to see where it is in our physical lives we need to boss up and meet the magic halfway? This tells me that many of us are choosing the latter. Many of us are overriding the old attachment programs. Many of us are overriding negative Nancy. This is a good vibe, especially seeing how this is the last aspect that the moon in Capricorn is making before going void of course. So we go this whole 3 hours of having the moon void of course, very unstable, very uncertain, very unsure of what it is that we're even doing. We lock in at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to the moon in Aquarius, freeing us, opening up our mind, seeing things from a different perspective, having light bulbs go off, detaching emotionally from the weight, the roles, the responsibilities, the commitment that we've been suffering under. And then at 8:42 p.m., we have the moon now in Aquarius, making a beautiful aspect with the sun in Gemini, air on air. This is where the wheels are turning. This is where we're gaining intelligence from our higher self, bringing it into the higher level intellect that Aquarian energy, Uranian energy rules over. We bring it down into the lower level intellect that Gemini and Mercury rule over. Suddenly we are blending vision, dream, intuition with logic, practicality, strategy, and calculations for the physical plans that we need to make in our physical realms in order to bring some of these magical, dreamy visions to life. We end the day off with the moon in Aquarius trining Mercury, who is in his place of power in Gemini. Again, air on air. Our heart and our head is on the same page. The wheels are turning in the heart space. We're feeling good about our vision and our dream. The wheels are spinning in the mental plane. We're feeling good about the choices, the decisions, the aha moments that we're having. We are letting ourselves go into intuition, into vision, into dream. We're coming back into the present moment. We're applying logic and practicality to it. How are we going to bring it to life? This is how magic happens. This is how manifestation happens. First, we need a vision. First, we need a dream. Then we back it with an emotion. Then we bring it into our physical realms, apply a plan. Then we roll up our sleeves in this physical realm to do the dirty work that is necessary to rearrange our circumstances to create a clean slate, a clean foundation for the cornerstones of the new bridge that we're building to actually have a place to anchor in. Again, the anchoring is coming next week with the solstice. We are on the cusp of change. We can feel it. We are waiting for the green light go. We're waiting for it. We don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to act out of place without a plan, without a direction, without a strategy. We're going to ruin it. We have to stay stable in this present moment. We have to ground our physical bodies in the here and now and let the higher realms of intelligence do its thing. Open up your mind, see it from a different perspective, allow the light bulbs to go off, bring it back down, apply some practical, logical sense to it. We're going to make a plan. Does the plan need to be 100% complete in order for the green light go ahead to actually take place? No. But the sun in Gemini is coming to an end. We're going to jump into Cancer season next week with the solstice, which means that we're leaning into one choice, one decision, one option, one path, one direction over the other. Rewind 3 weeks ago to the new moon in Gemini. We were all confused as hell. We had different extremes, different choices, different decisions, different paths, different directions. Here we are now leaning towards one over the other. And now it's up to us to let the universal plan inspire our highest selves, bring that vision down, bring that dream down into our egoic mental realm. Let those wheels turn. Let that wisdom and resource from previous experiences get applied. That's when we come up with a plan. We get the heart and the head on the same page. Then we can engage the physical body. The physical body will be activated to go ahead and take an action to make a move. And then we will anchor in our efforts. We'll know the choice. We'll know the decision. We'll know the path. We'll know the direction. And then we nail that sucker into our physical realms, to our mind space, to our heart space, to our soul space, under the solstice energy when we move into Cancer season next week.